Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on, beautiful people? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. We are tuned into episode 686. It is Wednesday, July 5th, Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. It's a beautiful day right now. It's supposed to be some rain later on this afternoon, evening. But right now it's beautiful. I was just sitting outside, man, catching some sun before the show. I did not work out yet. I'm going to work out after the show. Before heading out, got a meeting today, event to attend, right? Yeah, man. Today's better. Today's better. Yesterday was better. We're going to talk about that. Yesterday was a million times better than Monday. And today I woke up feeling it's the third day of a fast, right? Not a dry fast, liquid fast. I did have some um, alive, right? Mushroom kombucha on Monday night and some apple mango juice. And yesterday I had some coconut water and some sparkling ice water, right? Sparkling water. What was it? It was orange mango, peach mango maybe. I don't know, something mango, but it was mad good. No, coconut pineapple, mad good, mad good. Today I'm gonna make some juice. I'm gonna make some carrot and orange juice and some celery juice. All right, I'll make two juices today, man, and have some juice. Yeah, man, we getting back in the groove of things, right? Like you, motherfucker, don't stay down forever, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Sefu Sankofa, top of the morning, my brother. Peace and love. What's the deal? Thank you for being part of what made yesterday so epic, so much more epic than the day before. And yeah, I'm just like my heart is really full because like the longer I live, the more I experience this balance in happenings, experiences, but and even if it's fluctuations and emotions, is peace and this steadiness, right? Cry, like all of the things, but I'm at peace. And it feels fucking incredible. Mona Love, Kate Kimona Chan, 1480. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. She's tuning in from the YouTube, as the old folks say, the YouTube. My uncle used to say that, the YouTube. Where you at, nephew? You on the YouTube? Uncle David, you on the YouTube? All right. And my Aunt Tracy, fucking two of my oldest aunts and uncles. You on the YouTube? I'm like, YouTube? Like the YouTube, because the TV, right? So they're like, the TV is. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. Anyway, man, listen, we got a show to get to today. Again, today is an incredible day. It is another day above ground, and I finally fully understand what the older folks used to say back in the days. It was like any day above ground is a good day, and I would deny that. I would argue that, and I still may be on like because I think in order to get to a space where you understand, in order for me to get to a space where I understood that every day above ground is indeed a good day, I had to go through all of the days. So I'm like, no, this is a fucked up day. This happened, right? Like I ain't seen my children. My friend got shot and killed, right? Like my fucking sister died. It's not a good fucking day, right? I lost my kicked out of fucking my crib. This happened. I had to go to court. It's a bad fucking day. I got shot. Like fucking my dog died, right? All of the shit that a person could say to validate why they say this day is a bad day. I had to experience all of those bad days. And for me, I came to the conclusion that even though there were experiences, right? Even though at the time I could say it's a bad day, okay, I deduced it. All right, was the whole day bad? I woke up, I went to sleep, I ate, I maybe had something to drink, I may have some laughs, I may have cried, I may have expressed anger, I may have played the video game going back to when I was younger, I may have been able to see a friend's birthday on social media, recent, right? Like, so was it really a bad day? Or was it a tough experience that I held and carried that had big impact on me and I didn't know how to process it, accept it, hold it, and release it at the same time so that I can be fully present in the next experiences. Mm. So then it wasn't really a bad day. Tough moment, tough experience, uncomfortable, challenging, made me feel maybe ashamed, maybe made me feel some guilt, some anger, some rage, some sadness, some disappointment, some despair, some loneliness, right? Whatever it feelings or emotions that it brought up, whatever thoughts that arose out of whatever that experience was, is valid and it's real and it's tough. And yes, one could say it was bad. But for me, I learned that nah, if I lived, if I made it, if I survived, it's a good day. Fracture my ankle is a good day. Right? Like got some news of some tough communication last night. Made me really angry in the moment, really fucking angry. But I was able to like stay present. I was drinking a beverage or drink a beverage or and then came back. It was like it wasn't a bad day. Tough moment. Not speaking to my children. I was supposed to speak to them yesterday. Was the whole day bad, or was that experience really fucking frustrating and uh, brought up a bunch of rage and anger for me, disappointment and thoughts of vengefulness? But then I sit down and I sit back and I take a breath and I maintain my composure and I remember my faith. My faith tells me that every single thing that happens, a leaf does not blow on the fucking tree if it is not for the will of the divine. A leaf does not blow on a tree in the wind. The wind does not blow. You do not feel the wind against your cheek if it is not for the will of the divine. God's will is in all things at all times. You cannot escape it. And so, tough experience, still a great fucking day. Right? So yeah, man. Listen, let's pull these notes up. Let's get the show started. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You're tuned into SR Daily, episode 686. It is a palindrome. 686 frontwards, 686 backwards. It's a beautiful day. Once again, shout out to my beloved brother, Rizzy Razor. I seen him yesterday, man, on the humble. I called him here and answered. His daughter said he in there sleeping because he was out all night, man. He brought in number 44, right? His birthday was yesterday. Brought in his 44th birthday, hanging out with his cousin, man, at the spot. And so yeah, man. So, but I seen him. Got to see him right before I left the neighborhood. Before he went out with his wife. We laughed, right? Shared some jokes, man. I fucking love that guy, man. So once again, happy birthday to my brother Razor. I'm gonna post 2 pictures today. Our last 2 pics together. 2 of our last few pics together, actually. Cause yeah, I wouldn't be who I am without him. Like without his presence, without his wisdom, without his brotherhood, right? I would not be who I am today without meeting him in 2009 and building this incredible brotherhood that has become unbreakable, right? Anyway, August 5th, 2026. Let's start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a quote of the day. Today's quote is some shit I heard yesterday, blew my mind. And it blew my mind not so much that, yes, what was said, how it was, how what I was talking about was comprised, but more so who said it. And I shouldn't be so surprised. It's a young dude who said it, who's fucking wise, right? Been around in the last few years, and he's fucking incredible. He said, this is from Kenny. Kenny is a producer with Echoes of Incarceration. I wasn't saying a youth. He's still young, but he went through all of the trainings. He completed all of the units. He went through all of the fucking steps to become an actual full-time, I don't know if he's full-time actually, but he's a fucking producer, and he's producing. He's not a junior producer. He's not a junior crew. He's not a crew. He's a producer. It's fucking incredible. This young man. Anyway, what he said was, the more you grow, the more you space, the more you grow, the more space you have to deal with loss. Shit hit me. He said, the more you grow, the more space you have to deal with loss. Let me say that one more time. The more you grow, the more space you have to deal with loss. That shit was profound. Now, yesterday, we were in Queensbridge. We were filming for our docu-series on community safety. We had just conducted a few different interviews, and at one moment, right, we were Kenny, myself, Jeremy, who's the executive director of Echoes of Incarceration, and Karan, who's another producer and senior crew member. He's been around Echoes for about 15, 16 years, man. As a youth now, adult in his 30s, and he's leading crews and producing projects, doing incredible fucking work, right? Around criminal justice specifically. All of the films, the documentaries, the short films, the feature films that Echoes produces is around criminal justice as it relates to youth, and giving youth the tools to advocate and to create art, right? Films, photos around issues related to criminal justice. So powerful shit. But yeah, we just finished the interview, and we were talking about. I was sharing with them. I was like, I think my most powerful 5 minutes of this show, SR Daily, episode 686, was yesterday's show. The first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes of yesterday's show was my most powerful 5 minutes, if I could remember. Right, it may have been some other shit that I don't, but this 5 minutes yesterday, profound. I started talking about just gratitude and how endure the night, right? If you could endure the night, if you could survive the darkness, you can make it. And how some people didn't survive the darkness, how some people didn't survive the night, didn't endure the night, how some people endured the night, woke up at the crack of dawn and had a heart attack. right? Woke up at the crack of dawn and was having a seizure. Woke up at the crack of dawn, clutching for their last breath, right? So I was talking about that and just how like being grateful for this moment, even with the challenges, even with the limp in the leg. OG, one of my mans, KL, yesterday. Right, I don't see him often. I seen him yesterday. He's like, "You still got that bum leg?" As I'm walking away, I just put my hand up, like it's a lot better than it was. It's not a bum leg, right? It's part of the process, right? But yeah, but like even with the limp, even with not seeing my children, even with being divorced, even with losing my father, 3 siblings, even with all of the fucking shit that has happened, that is happening, that's going on, um, still grateful because it's still a beautiful day and I'm still here and I still got opportunity. So I was saying all of that shit, and then I was talking about the trees. I was like, the trees show me. They know. I told them about when I was on punishment as a youth, and I watched the tree in front of our building in Queensbridge from like October to like March. I watch it change. I watch the leaf colors change and fall off, and the leaves begin to come back. I watch that shit with my eyes out the window every day after school. Right, like walking to school every day. That's one thing, but to go and be inside in the window and look at the same spot every day for fucking however many months that is, 5 months. It's crazy. But I noticed the tree, it changed. And every time it lost all of its leaves, as long as it endured, right? In a little bit of time, the leaves came back. And every time they came back, they seemed like they were more beautiful than the time before. Every time that the leaves, the flowers came back to the trees, it seemed like it was more beautiful than the season before. That's wisdom right there. Like take that into your own life. Like I know I'm gonna tell you, right? You do your own personal work around it, right? And whatever it means to you, if something or nothing, it's all good. I know that every loss that I took, the bounce back was sweeter, right? The bounce back seemed more beautiful. Losing my father and bouncing back, I was like, whew. Losing my aunt a few years ago, and I've lost 3 siblings in between, and bouncing back, I was like, feels sweet, right? Like to come back, it's more beautiful. Like, oh, I'm noticing new things about the relationship, about the connection, just about the fucking life around me, right? The symmetry on the trees and how like just how masterful and majestic this shit really is. Couldn't have been created by a logical thinking mind. It was just breathing, so it is. Right. So anyway, Kenny said this quote then. All right. The more you grow, the more space you have to deal with loss. That shit was profound. It's about the trees. Like the more they grow, the more the stronger they become. Right. Because if they lose all their leaves and they're brittle, right, the wind can knock them over. But the stronger they get, right, if they could endure a little bit by little bit by little bit with some grace from nature, right? It wasn't a storm, it wasn't a tornado, it wasn't a fucking crazy winds that knocked the trees down, right? It was just regular basic winds. Endured that shit, survive, right? Endured the night, survive the darkness, survive the fucking winter, the cold, brittle, lonely times when everybody's leaving you and it's just fucking you, and you got to figure out how to keep yourself warm in a cell, right? You got to figure out, how do I keep myself warm here? So you could endure, figure it out, and breathe just another breath. Shit starts to pop up like, oh shit. It was dark. Monday was really dark, right? It wasn't as dark as it's ever been, but it was dark Monday. It was heavy Monday, all right? And I woke up yesterday. The smallest things is blessings. The fucking bee landing in me was a blessing. The bee dancing in my face hours later in a completely different neighborhood was a blessing. All right, seeing my man Lake, I ain't seen mad long. My niece's godfather was a blessing. All right, like so much beauty. The brother coming home yesterday, like yo, so much to talk about. Anyway, that's the quote of the day. The more you grow, the more space you have to deal with loss. Endure the winter, endure the night, survive the darkness, and eventually you will abound beauty all over once again, even better than it's ever been. That's a bar. Let's go to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, as always, is our need to know news of the day. Today's news, listen, yesterday, there was so many different dynamics yesterday. But the news, I want to focus on interviewing my childhood friend Kyle. Kyle and I are the same age. I'm maybe a few months older. I think his birthday's in April. He's an Aries, if I'm not mistaken. Mine's is in March, right? So just a few weeks apart. But Kyle is my brother, man. I've known Kyle since I can't even remember, right? But his father, Chick, Walter Chick Austin, was the man. I've spoken about him here. I've posted about him. I've honored him, right, in Queensbridge in 2013. A few years before he transitioned, we gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award, right? Well, I gave him a plaque, some flowers, had a whole celebration for him. His family came, set up chairs. It was beautiful, it was literally beautiful. Um, Interviewed Kyle about his dad. Right, we did a virtual interview, Jeremy, myself, for our documentary series on community safety, safety without police. All right, and the reason we interviewed Chick is because I was talking about the community center and how vital the community center was to me and to many of my peers and to those a little older than me and a little younger than me, specifically around the 90s, right? The 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s. It was because of Chick. Chick nearly single-handedly like lifted that Reese out of shambles, right? Like got money from people in the hood to contribute to youth trips, and he was doing things for young people. And again, even before me, um, but we came when shit got sweet because we started getting grants from fucking Children Aid Society, and we started traveling, doing college tours. And yesterday's interview brought up so many memories that I forgot that not top of the mind, because Kyle brought up some things that's top of his mind that's not top of mine, right? And he brought up some perspective. It was like, yo, our dad was one way in the house, and like he was the same, but like he had to give y'all more leniency, right? Like, and that had an impact. Like to hear that was powerful. Like when I think that a great person, a person who's considered a leader, right? A father or mother who's considered a leader, they have their home, they have children, and they have a community. They have a group of people outside of their immediate home that they are caring for to some capacity, right? Whether financially, whether emotionally, mentally, whether making space for, whether being a youth mentor, whatever the case may be, an educator, they're sharing space with other children, right? Like it could be different. The experience that the child gets at home could be very different from your experience. So you may say this person was great. The child may say this person, they ain't spend enough time with me. They ain't do this, they ain't do that. And vice versa. It could be like, this person was this. And you're like, nah, I ain't get that. Like, it's different. And so to hear his perspective yesterday, like, as we talked about certain things, hear how he saw it, even some of the same things. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even see it like that. I don't got that vantage point, right? It's not my father. He's a father figure, right? And even Kyle saying, he's like, yo, at some point we realized that, like, yo, y'all love our dad too. And like we share with my father. And that was so incredible to hear my childhood friend. Because that's how I felt, right? My father passed when we were a little bit younger and like didn't have the friend circle that I had. In my teens. My dad passed, I was 11, right? But my friends, we sharing our dad. We sharing my dad. Like my dad comes, y'all wanna go to the movies, we going to eat, right? Like the last time I saw my father was with my childhood friend, right? Junior. He took us to eat after graduation. Everybody else had other plans. Junior's their parents and really it was like, you want to go? He's like, yeah, boom, we going to eat. We going to Sizzler. We going to hang out, right? Like we share my father. So yeah, that shit was incredible, man. And what that spoke to or what it highlighted for me, I highlighted brotherhood, right? Kyle and myself 30, damn near 30 plus years, right? Maybe, yeah, like 30 years. We both 42, probably met when we were like 10. So about 32 years, right? 32, 33, 34 years or so. I think we met before that, right? Just being in the neighborhood and doing things, right? Uh, Brotherhood. We're still friends 32 years later. And us just both doing our thing in different ways, being able to have that interview, that conversation on camera about impact his father made. So highlighted brotherhood, highlighted youth programming and mentorship. The importance of mentorship, the importance of adults, the importance of people older guiding those younger in some capacity, helping them, listening to them, speaking with them, building with them, figuring out what they need and how you can support them in the various different ways and how you can help make them of service, and highlighted that how important it is to have things for young people to do, a variety of things, because even when we were younger and I wasn't necessarily really into job club, right, our team program, I was into the art, I was into the boxing, right, I was into other parts of the program. Job club I really didn't care about, right. So yeah, the interview highlighted so much, right? It highlighted travel and how travel, the experience that, um, the impact that the impact that traveling has on young people, right? We went to various local places. We went on a black college tour, right? We went on a black college tour in a fucking blue van. There was like 10 of us, three adult mentors, and like 10 young people, 10, 12 young people. I forgot, it was like a 15-seater. Went on a fucking 2-day, 3-day black college tour. Shit was incredible. It's fucking incredible, right? Like just even though I got in trouble, even though some of us got in trouble, how it stuck later, how it showed up later, like, oh, this is my responsibility. Right? Chick was, we said it yesterday in an interview, Chick was the first vegetarian, right, that I believe I knew, which was, he was vegan. But back then, in the hood, we didn't know what vegan was. We vegetarian. Etal vital, etal vital, however it's said, right? But vegetarian. They eat no meat, no dairy. Right? Like, no meat, no dairy. Whoa. Like, and I remember him telling us, again, he didn't use vegan, vegetarian. As I don't eat no meat, I don't eat no dairy. It's a veggie burger. We got this, Kyle remember the name of the fake mayonnaise back then. It was called mayonnaise. Right? So shit like that, man. Shit like that is just, man, I highlighted so much. I highlighted wisdom. I highlighted how important having spaces, having resources is, having connections, right? How you could transform your life. Chick did a couple of bids in prison, came home, changed his life, and then he went on to become the legend that he was for building community. All right. I get a lot of who I am from him, his influence, how he showed up in the community. He had us at 13, 12, 13, 14 doing canned food drops. Now, I already knew how important food was because in Southside Jamaica, Queens, Thanksgiving, my grandfather would walk around and give people turkeys. Pop up the car, have a man drive them around, pop the trunk, turkeys. Have a shopping cart, walk around giving turkeys out the whole day. I spent a lot of those days with him, right? So powerful shit, man. Powerful shit. That shit was amazing. And like I said, I could see the payoff with some of us. And so yesterday's interview highlighted that. So adults watching, listening, tuning in, get with a young person, your child, somebody else's child. Start an organization, join an organization, gather some youth in your building, gather some youth in your neighborhood, gather some youth that you connected to, that you want to work with, some friends, children. It don't got to be a whole lot. It don't got to be 30, 40. It could be two, it could be one. All right? Could be one. Like, yeah, yesterday was just fucking, that shit was epic. Let's move right along though to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, our tip of the day. Today's tip is to stay in the spirit of gratitude. Stay in the spirit of gratitude, because the spirit of gratitude will give you more things to be grateful for. I say it all the time, an attitude of gratitude gives you more things to be grateful for. Your car's not working, it's not working right? You got a little bit of car issues, be grateful you got a car. Your leg hurt a little, be grateful you got a leg, right? Money ain't adding up. At least you got some money and you got opportunity to get some more. Because you got life, you got a mind, right? You got a motherfucking voice, you got some skills in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You can put some shit together and make some shit happen, right? So, like, listen, my life has shown me that although there can be aspects of life that are not my ideal, there are aspects of life that are not my ideal. There are still so many more things to be grateful for. And I just gotta look for them. That's what my life has shown me. If I look for the things to be grateful for, I'm gonna find them, in spite of and despite whatever fucking challenges arise. Right? Like, I remember, I think, really coming into this awareness, this consciousness, a few years ago, when my ex-wife said she wanted to divorce me. Right? And I sat crying, and I was like, all right. And then, like, I had to leave that crib, and like my mom. At least I got my mom. And at least I got my mom's crib I can go to, right? Until I figure things out, make some things happen, and even that, right? There's a whole thing, and I don't even like the debates, but there's a whole debate. People say, I've read online, um, you got, if you fall off, you got somebody to hold you back. If I fall off, I got nobody, and they say that as if that's a flex. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. Having nobody in your corner, having nobody to fall back on, is not a flex. Everybody needs somebody. It's not a flex to boast being how independent you are, because really you're not, right? Because even if you are the highest paid entrepreneur, you need your clients, you need your customers, right? You need your team, right? Everybody needs somebody, from the big to the small, right? You got a job, yeah, you working, you showing up for work every day, but like, somebody hired you and somebody's paying you to do this work. There could be no work. Now, we don't need that service. We don't need you right now. And now you laid off, and now you got no job, right? So yeah, like, yeah, everybody needs somebody. The saying that, oh, when, if you go broke or if you fall on hard times, you got your family. I ain't got nobody. No. It's a flex to have families, have people who love you, care for you, and who have space and ways to help you and to support you. Right? That's the flex, right? To be part of the community, part of your family. Let's go right along to our fourth and final segment of the day. Well, real quick, I wanted to say, when I talked about looking for things to be grateful for, I just wanted to add, as the saying goes, seeking you shall find, right? And I'm actually probably going to use that tomorrow to build some more for a phrase of the day. Seek and you shall find. Powerful shit. Let's go to our fourth segment of the day. As always, our build of the day before we get out of here. We're going to talk about yesterday a little bit more and how magical and perfect yesterday was. From the morning meditation and prayer next to Bay to the lightness I felt from fasting. Yesterday was day 2 of the fast, the liquid fast, to the 685th episode, right? Like we had 685 episodes yesterday. And like that's 15 episodes to finale. That's now 686 today. Is 14 episodes to the finale. And like even as I say that, I'm getting this feeling in my stomach, like some nervousness, like wow, I'm really about to put this thing down. And should I just keep going just because? And I'm like, no, we're gonna put this thing down. We're gonna go with our first feeling, our first mind. All right. Epic to the bee landing near me. First here in Brooklyn, when I'm working out, it just like appeared right there, right on my workout gear. It's just a fucking bee, fucking bumblebee. It's like, holy shit, this shit is incredible. Working out on the roof, right? That has tremendous significance. The interviews we got in Queensbridge. Seeing my man Lakey the Kid. I ain't see Lake in years, right? I ain't see Lake in years, man. Lake is my big bro from Queensbridge, a legend, right? Hip hop legend, just street legend, urban legend, right? He's done some things that's like hood dudes want to do and get away with. He did, right? Necessarily didn't get away with it, but like survived, right? And so yeah, man, Lakey is incredible. Got to see him at the National Night Out in Queensbridge. Yeah, just fucking so many things, right? To brother Sefu Sankofa seeing the Dear New York book in the library, right? And like telling me and taking a picture of it and like, whoa, like I'm in the library. I'm in a book that's in the library that's gonna be like in libraries as long as libraries exist. And I'm in there for community work. 3-page, 4-page feature for my community work. Like that shit is fucking it's mind blowing, right? Like getting that. And the brother said he was leaving the library and something told him look to the right and the book was right there. Powerful shit. Right? So even last night, coming from the fucking train station in Brooklyn, right? Walking to the crib, his brother compliments me on my shirt, right? Says he loves my style of fashion. He loves my fashion sense, my style. And we start talking. Well, he starts, I thank him and all of that stuff, man. Tell him I appreciate him. And then he goes on to how we as adults, as adult men, got to really care for the community and provide for the youth and guide them. Like, if we don't do it, who will? I'm like, nobody. So we got to be like, yo, that's right, brother. Da, da, da. And then he was like, yo, I love your soul. And I was like, oh, man, I love your soul too, black man. Like just walking by. Ain't never seen him before. Don't think I've ever crossed his path before. I love your soul, black man. Like, I love your soul too, black man. That shit was powerful. That shit was perfect. That shit was fucking magical. Yesterday was yet another reminder of the importance of simply enduring the night and surviving the darkness. If I do not endure the night, if I do not endure Monday, Tuesday does not happen. If I give up because Monday is dark, right? If I go on the roof and do some shit because it's dark, yesterday does not happen. I signed a contract yesterday, new deal, right? We got a new deal coming up, right? We got some other deals that we talking about working on with some folks. All yesterday, right? And then there was so many more magical things happening. The fucking the filming, the thing with Kenny, the fucking bee in Queensbridge, a bee circling my face for nearly 5 minutes, right? Like so much significance, and I still fasted, right? Again, heavy emotions, right? Things weren't ideal. Did not speak to my children. I've been speaking to my children on Tuesdays for the last year or so, right? Not showing up on his own. It's heavy. And it's tough, causes pain. And I was able to see my mom, laugh at my mom, see her outside, see her inside, see her working and having fun and living life and laughing and smiling. Saw my aunt yesterday, right? My aunt and some of my cousins yesterday, right? My aunt's children, right? Like, saw some childhood friends yesterday, right? Like, was able to walk to storage, pay my storage bill yesterday, right? Like, so many things to be grateful for. Like, it's a list. There's 100 things to be grateful for at any given time. Is at least 100 things to be grateful for in a day, even with the challenges, the pain, and the discomforts, and the letdowns, and all of that shit, man. But guys, that's our show for today. Thank you guys so much, man. I gotta go work out. My brother's supposed to jump. I'm supposed to jump on the phone with my brother, my biological brother. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, we're gonna work out. Got some meetings today. Got an event later with Eat the Glory in Manhattan, Pier 97. Hang with some good soul folks, man. But listen, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. This is episode 686 of SR Daily, Tuesday, August 5th, 2026. Do join us back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, TikTok Live. Remember, it's not getting knocked down. It's the problem. It's staying down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.